Good afternoon. Welcome to another episode of the weekly check-in, Life Unscripted, with Veronica and Francis today. So I'm going to let Francis introduce herself and then I'll introduce myself. Hey, Francis.
Hey, Veronica. Hey, everyone. My name is Frances Hawkins. I'm with Primerica Financial Services, where we educate about the right type of life insurance and retirement plans. Also, I am an advocate for autism, and we're looking forward to bringing more awareness to the community about autism. And that's it at this time.
Awesome. I'm glad you're an advocate because I'm learning to be one as well. Hi, I'm Veronica White. I have a nonprofit. It's called Help from a Sister, where we cater to single parents who have a child on the autism spectrum. We help provide tools, techniques, and resources to help them transition from where they are to where they want to be. And this year, we're having our second single parents conference that we're only focusing on autism this time. We want to bring as much awareness as we can about autism, what to look for, what you notice. One key thing I would like to stress to all parents who have a child that might not be reaching those developmental milestones. When someone tries to bring that to your attention or say something, we look at as though the person is attacking us or saying something about us. No, they're just pointing out something in reference to your child. So don't take it personal and think it's a personal attack. No, we just want to get the baby's help. And we want to give them as much help as they can get while they're younger. So therefore, when they become older, they've already trained and learned some things. But if we don't find out until it's much later, that's fine. That just means we have more work to do. But however, we want to get away from the parents feeling like it's something they did. Even if you did do something, we can't change the past. We only can look forward to the future. And now is the time to start paying attention to our children, our family members, and giving a word of encouragement, right? And helping or learning how to be advocate. Because Frances just said she's on that journey. I'm definitely on that journey because I have a grandson who's on the autism spectrum. I think I have a couple of nieces and nephews that might be. So, I try to share that information as well now with them. But it's not against you. It's not about you. We want to help these babies. We want to help our children because they are our future. The children that our kids today become adults tomorrow. And we want to try to equip them with the resources and accommodations they need to have the life that they desire. Not the one we want for them, the one that they desire. So, even though I got into it, that's our conversation for today. This is still April, Autism Awareness. Well, it's the end now, but Autism Awareness. This is also Financial Literacy Month. And there's a couple of other awarenesses that they're working on in April. May is around the corner. May 17th, it's a Saturday. We're going to be at the Dorchester, 8560 South Cottage Grove from 12 to 4. If you're available, if you're in the area, or if you know someone that can benefit from the information, please share this link with them. Please share this live. So therefore, they have an opportunity to find some individuals who are willing to lend a helping hand and guide them through the process that is overwhelming. And it's a lot. It can be a lot. But if you have the right people that you can call and have a conversation that can help provide resources for you, that's what we want to do. We want to be an advocate if you need an advocate, or teach you how to be an advocate for your child or your loved one. So that was my introduction.
But I have a question.
Go
You
ahead.
stated that the event for May 17th is going to be at the Dorchester or Discovery?
It's Discovery. I'm sorry. It is the Discovery Center. I don't know why I keep mentioning the Dorchester. Is the Dorchester still in existence? Do
It
they still?
is. They do. They do. Yeah, over there on in Dalton.
It's in Dowden, yes.
Mm-hmm. When you said Dorchester, I'm like, no. When did we do that? But it's
We're
okay.
going to have some events in Dowden, but it will not be at the
It's
Dorchester.
Dorchester. Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Okay.
yes,
Great
no,
stuff.
it's at the Discovery. And
Okay.
then I'm going to drop the link with my information so you can go to the website or call me to get more information about the second Single Parents Conference coming up
Yay.
soon. Awesome. So, my book, tomorrow I'm speaking to some of my PEO sisters about my book. And then you mentioned that you're in preparation to write your first book.
Mhm. Yes, I am. I'm excited. Um, when the vision was first given to me, well, first and foremost, it wasn't just mine. It was my oldest son that brought it to my attention years ago. But I'm like, no, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not writing a book, and things to that nature. But he was like, Mama, it's gonna be an awesome book. But as I went on and things started changing in my life and things to that nature, I started seeing that. God will reveal things to you when He needs you to do some things, and He could. They say that it could come out of the mouth of a babe, but He was a little older than a babe. But yes, I will be venturing into writing my first book this year.
Okay.
Um, so the only thing I have is the title of the book, but I'm not going to reveal that.
Right.
I will wait. But it's interesting because when you mature to the next level, there's certain things that you're called to do. So, and that's how I'm looking at this venture in life is because it's things that I was chosen to do. And everybody have a gift. Everybody gifts are different. God gave everybody something that He wants them to do. Some will do it, some won't. Some stagnate, some get scared, worry about what other people might think. Well, I'm just the one that He gave that spirit to that I don't care. I don't care what you think. But if He put it in my thoughts to do it, I want to do it. And what
That's
He's
true.
going to do, and to give somebody a little help, whomsoever might, when it's a part of you to do it, so He will make sure you be surrounded around the people that will help you get to that next level.
That is true.
And therefore, you look back and you, okay, God, you just showing out, right? But He told you He wants you to do something, you accept it, and now He's going to put people in the path to help you get there.
He's going to reveal it. Yes, that is true.
Yeah.
So I did go on a writer's retreat last year with Jessica Amaro, the same young lady that I've went to South Africa with twice. She's a publisher. So I went on that retreat, have an outline, and I'm always available to help out, even though I got a lot going on. But I was thinking, hey, if you want to do that, there's other people that want to write a book as well. And they just not sure of the resources, the tools, the techniques. So TBA, to be announced later, that we're going to start the process. If you're interested and want to write a book, then we'll start getting together and create some Zoom sessions so I can share my process, what I used when I wrote my first book, the information I received from Jessica, which is very good information. She's helped publish several hundred books. It might be thousands, but
Oh
if not,
wow.
she's on her way to it. So I would want to share that information and help the next people because we all have a voice. We all been tested. So therefore we have the testimonies and we have to be able to share the information. So who's ever reading that book can know and understand that, hey, we've been through some things and we're still smiling. We're still trying to help. And we're still going through things as of today. So, yeah, we have to be willing to help the next person, not hurt them. We just want to help.
Exactly. Yeah. And my thing is, I have this thing I tell people now. You're not the first because the earth has been here many, 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 many years. You're not the first, and by all means, you're not going to be the last. It's just on how you persevere through it, how you maneuver through it, and get things done. Um, I'm not gonna even share that right now because it might not be the time. So I'll wait till later. But the books are based on what you can do to get through a situation, how to get through, how
Mhm.
to lean, how to, when you need to spend time with yourself and when you need to get up out of that time and things to that nature. So I think for each one of us that will be pursuing to write a book, we all have a story to tell, and every story is going to be different because everyone
Yes,
get through a situation different. Yeah.
yes, that is so true. Oh yeah, that's gonna be very inspiring.
Hmm.
And I'm looking forward to one of our books becoming a movie. Hey, let's just put it
Yeah,
out
it's out
because,
there. You just put it out there. You just
and I think
did.
Ernest wrote a book as well. It's a couple of
He
people in our.
did. He did. He wrote a book. I don't know the name of it.
Okay.
I don't know the
Deal
name of
Heal Fulfill is his organization. So I want to say he's speaking on the forgiveness and the practical applications
it.
in
I think that's
reference
it.
to.
Yeah,
Mm,
I think it has something to do with forgiveness.
okay.
That's another component of life, and that's the amazing part. Each individual having something that they're bringing during their journey of life,
Yes.
how they made it through. Because you have everybody don't make it through. Some people just give up, and when they give up, they go commit suicide and things to that nature. Maybe it's something within the people that are writing these books that will help the person not to give up. To fight. To know there's a better way and things to that. And remember, you're not the first, and you're not going to be the last.
That is true. But with the book, you give yourself an opportunity to get your name in history. They can't
Yes,
forget me. I'm out there. I'm gonna keep putting myself out there.
that part.
And these opportunities to let my next couple of generations know the type of person that I was. So, hey, you came from a strong woman who's afraid of doing a lot of things, but do it in fear and continue to learn and let everybody know, like, oh, yeah, now I still don't know that yet, but I'm gonna keep doing it until I get it right. I'm just gonna keep going. And one day it's gonna be like, oh, it finally clicked. She got that. So,
Love the click moment because that means you kept striving. You knew it was going to happen. You just didn't know when. And sometimes you could hear things over and over again. It depends on what state of mind that you're in, what other things that's going on in your life. You might not get it right then and there. And it might just be time for you to get it at that other moment and it click. Like, okay, now I understand. Now I really get it. And my thing as well is better late than never. As long as you're still living every day, you're still going to learn. You're still going to have them aha moments. You're still figuring it out. So
yes.
therefore, um, and you give up why? I
Yeah.
mean, because it's always. I have to get the door. Excuse
Yeah,
me.
go ahead. So I'm going to just share with you all some. tools if you want to start the process of you writing your own book. Start by asking yourself some questions, right? What's the message I want to put out there? Who am I speaking to? So when I wrote my first book, I was speaking to me 20 years ago. And I wrote the book, one, to share my story, but more importantly, to share with you my mindset on who I had to become to take my life from where it was to where it is now to where I'm looking for it to go. So those are some things you can start off by asking those some questions. So I was just sharing some of the simple questions you can ask yourself when you're beginning to write a book. And also figuring out who you're speaking to. And I shared that I was speaking to my 20-year-old self, for the person that I was then and the person that I was working on becoming. And now the person that I am now, trying to continue to grow and learn. So.
It's funny that you might say that. This morning in my prayer and giving thanks, um, I was thanking God for being so amazing from where He brought me from to where I am now. And a more calmer me, someone I never thought that I would be. Um, hmm. I still have a little more work to do, but I do appreciate where I came from, and how to help other people, because I do get phone calls. Well, what do you think about this? And I can honestly speak and say, well, you were wrong, and mean that. You didn't give that person an opportunity. That was like a setup, no, and they, out of love, that they listened, because they know I'm not going to tell them anything wrong. But just imagine if I was the person I once was, I wouldn't be able to come and give the information, or they would listen, because they know that I became to be a caring, more. I've always cared, but more concerned and caring of them. You
Mm,
know, be able to help them, guide them through some things. Because what happens is, before you can't judge anyone, because there's no one's perfect. But when you become to analyze yourself, you'll be able to better help another person on their journey. And so they could go back and have their aha moment and think about the conversation. Because, see, that's something I do. I take every conversation I have with individuals and go back and I replay the conversation in my head. I have, because of the simple fact, I need to know if I need to come back and ask a question, or if I agree with it. So a lot of times what I've learned on this journey, and especially if it's a heated, debated type of conversation, I
mhm.
get so quiet that they be like, "Hello, hello." I'm like, "No, I'm here." I have to listen because I need to make a rebuttal, so I need to know where I'm gonna come back at you at. I'm being honest, so you can see. So I have to be very quiet. It was this one lady, may she rest in peace. She used this terminology, and it was towards business in Primerica. She said, "Listen carefully so you can answer skillfully." And
Mm.
that's a legacy that she don't even know right now today she left and instilled in me in my journey, because I had to listen so I can answer or make a rebuttal. So that's what I give to anyone. Two people can't talk at the same time. Why are you gonna argue? And then arguments, you learn that if a person can see in the tongue, they want to provoke you to argue. Remove yourself. Remove yourself. As soon as it died down, I tell myself, it's over. We're not talking about it anymore, because then the argument will continue to sustain, and it's not that. You're not going to provoke me to argue. I don't want to hear it. And then just move yourself out of it. And those are some learning things. Everybody gonna get older,
Mhm.
but are you going to become mature while you're getting older? Are you going to get the
Okay.
wisdom that God has granted you to have? or are you going to stay the same? What do you want? How do you want to continue the rest of your journey? You know, so that's what I have for that.
Oh, I like that. So my scene in reference to that is I listen to understand. I listen so therefore I can hear the message you want me to take away from it. Right. And then if I'm not sure on that message, I'll ask a person, okay, what did you want me to take away from that? What's the point you want to stress? But no, I'm with you in reference to arguing because they said if a dog bark at the moon, that's normal. If the moon bark back at the dog, it makes the dog famous. So
Very
I'm
true.
like,
Very true.
yeah, no, I listen to understand and I I focus on all my response should consider empowering, uplifting, and encouraging. If I can't put it in those three categories, I don't respond. If I can't inspire, uplift, and encourage you, I don't have anything to say. And you know, they used to say, if you don't have nothing nice to say, don't say nothing.
And you very so true. And another thing is your energy. My my peace is everything to me because it took me a long time to get here and to understand how I control my peace. And so therefore, if you're coming back to me with the same conversation, I gave you an answer and you're not utilizing it, you can't. Now you make my head hurt. You give me a headache. You're messing with my peace. You're messing with my energy, the energy that you're bringing back. But I gave you a way that's gonna really help you, and you don't want to listen to me. Well, I'm sorry, but not
Mm,
sorry. So I apologize. Therefore, you can't come into. I can't open this door for you. I'm sorry, but it takes a lot to
yeah,
grow. It does. As the new thing that the younger folks talk about, life be life. Life been lifing. We just didn't pay no attention because we kept going through it. But now that I understand my piece, it's everything to me. I gotta have it.
yeah, no, yeah. Peace is priceless, and most people don't understand that they choose to give another person access to disturb their peace. Just
Yeah,
like offense is taken, you take offense in, right? With your peace, you are giving someone control over your mood, your attitude. What they say affects you, but they're just words. Don't get me wrong, I know words are very powerful, but if you know what to expect from that person, why would you give them control to change your temperature? You can go from hot to cold based on what someone says to you. Hmm, that's something somebody really needs to sit and think about. You giving a person that only speak negative things to you control over you. No, baby, take that control back. Nothing another person tell you should make you go hot or cold.
and a lot of people have died over those things
Yes.
just for no reason. But it takes time to grow within to learn that and to be able to control that. It is it's very profound when those words come and you allow them to disturb your peace. It's it's not it's work. Please believe me, it's definitely work. Um, but it can be done. It can definitely be done. Be careful what you ask God for because when He provides it to you, you're gonna be like, you know, and we're not even worthy for Him to listen to us, but He does, and He come back and give us an answer. But it's like, okay, well, you asked for it, didn't you? You asked to be changed, didn't you? You asked and said these are things that you want, didn't you? Hmm.
Just
But
not
now
in
you
that
want
way.
to be now you want to be fearful of it. You're right.
No. Yes, he
Yes,
does.
you are correct.
He give you exactly what you asked for. So be careful of the things you ask for, because they might not come in the shape and form that you want them in. It doesn't mean you didn't receive it. You ask for patience. He give you situations that make you build your patience muscle. It ain't, you gotta build this. It's not just, so he put you in situations and circumstances where you have to practice patience. You
Yes,
gotta just listen.
definitely. Definitely that.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like sometimes a person could say, "Oh, man, I don't want this car anymore. I'm gonna go get me a new car. I'm gonna get me a new car." You come and say you're gonna go get your new car. Car might wind up getting stolen. You might wind up having an accident, losing the car. You are gonna go get it.
Now you don't have a
They say
choice.
life and death is in the power of the tongue. That's like
Yes.
I'm grateful for everything, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Thank you, because I've learned from it. Thank you for the roof over my head, the car that I drive. Thank you. So when I'm thanking him in advance, oh, I could have had that accident. I've been in almost an accident on several occasions. Father God, just thank you. That's where my gratitude come in there, because my car could have been. I'm not ready. I didn't ask for a new car. I don't want a new. I want my. These
No,
cars too
life.
expensive today. I want my
Yes.
car now. I want to keep my car.
But let me tell
But
you, I
yeah,
shared with my mom, because my mom can go from 0 to 100 real quick. And she'll share her thoughts with another person. She cursed very well. But she was having some problem at work with some coworkers. And I used to say, "Ma, you can just say thank God." She was like, "What?" I say, "Just say thank God." And she like, "No, that's not what I want to tell them. I want to tell them to meet me outside." I said, "No, but thank God is not offensive." She was like, "What do you mean?" "Thank God, baby, I didn't just snatch you up. Thank God I didn't run over there and do something to you. Just thank God." You
just
don't have to finish that statement. I, it's not offensive. You would not get in trouble at work. And you have your peace. You know what it means. But that other person don't. And you just tell them, "Baby, you need to just thank God. Thank God, because God got me. He's holding me in this space. Because I
wait.
could be in yours quick." So yeah,
Thank
I told
God
her,
I ain't used to be who I'm not who I used to be. Thank God.
see. And so I love that
Yeah,
state. And
I just
sometimes you
feel like
have
I'm
to
gonna use that
use,
sometimes.
yeah, and find humor in the situations, because challenges are going to come. Situations and
They are.
circumstances are going to stretch you out of your comfort zone. It's going to make you feel like it's been dark for so long. But they said
Yeah,
every storm you go through, God sends a rainbow after it to show you that, hey, things going to get better. It can be beautiful. But sometimes we ask God for these things and he give it to us, and then we complain about the way he gave it to us.
that is so
So
true. True, true, true. The journey of life. But they said, I don't know who created the saying. Bible stands for biblical instructions before leaving earth. Some things we're going to take out of that. We're going to actually remember the ones that are not pastors. We're going to take what we hear and apply it to us. That's why I tell people God gave 10 commandments, because He know out of them 10, some of them I was gonna break, and He gave me another chance. And He gave me another chance. I might not go through all 10, but it's some I'm gonna break. That's why He made up 10. That's what I tell people. He gave 10 commandments now. I might
that's
not
true.
break them all, but I might break a couple of them. So, and that's what grace and mercy fall up under.
And that's what I was just about to say. Yes, he gives us grace and mercy. And he
Grace
also
and
lets us
mercy.
know no one is, it's not one person out here that's perfect. We all fall. We all make mistakes. But we get to repent and change our ways. And they said a righteous man he fell 7 times
Ooh wee.
and got back up.
Got back up.
So we
Mm-mm-mm.
can fall short. Just know that we can get back up. We don't have to stay there. Yes, we're gonna be dragged through the mud. We're gonna go through ups and downs. But just because we down, don't mean that that's the end. We're still breathing. We can get back up. Let's climb our way back up right. And not only do that, find your tribe, find your community of people that will help speak life into you, that will help provide tools, techniques, and resources that's willing to be there for you.
And it's funny that you just said that because some people would say that I'm stubborn, but it's not the stubbornness. My spirit man cannot take negativity. Don't tell me what I can't do. If I make a mistake on my own, it'll take me a long time to get to what I need to get to. That's on me. But do not come to me with negativity. My spirit, literally, I feel my spirit man jump. It jumps. I'm like, oh no, I don't want to hear that. No, you don't. Don't speak that into yourself. Don't say that, or please don't talk about me in it and being negative because I don't deal with negativity. I don't like it. So I try not to bring negativity to anyone else. I try to choose my words carefully when I ask a question or things and not try to sound judgmental, and things to that nature. But yeah, negativity is something that I I don't. It's, how can I say this? It's just not in my DNA. My spirit man just jumps. That's I'm gonna keep it at that one. It just jumps. No negativity, please. Especially tell me what I can't do or what I won't do. Yeah, I have a problem with that too. So yeah.
All right, sounds good. Well, we had a very interesting conversation
We
today.
did.
So, is there any closing remarks that you would like to share with us or tips for this upcoming week? We're ending April and
Mm,
May is around the corner.
it's around the corner. Um, this is something I would like to leave. Remember, you can activate and deactivate your blessings at a particular time. To activate them is to show forgiveness, kindness.
Mm.
Um, to deactivate them is know that if you know, how can I say, to activate, know that you care, that you are responsible for the people that's in your life, and they're responsible for you. So if you're responsible for people, we get looked at from God on how we treat one another. So that's when I say activate and deactivate. Not that they're not coming. It's going to take a little while and longer to get there because you get karma. I'm gonna call it karma. You gotta come. You gotta get that little whooping from God from what you done to Janet around the corner down the street. I'm just But if you can remember those things, so it could be a little bit. The journey will be a little bit more easier, and know that God said, "Vengeance is mine." Thus said the Lord. So if it's vengeance His, don't worry about getting that person back because then you deactivating and prolonging another blessing that you asked them for that could be right around the corner. I just want to leave that thought with somebody because you might be mad at somebody and don't want to talk to them, but just I don't know something. It was for somebody who I don't know. I'm just saying.
I like that. So, it's not what happens to you, it's how are you responding to what's happening to you. And if God if you know that you are God's favorite, and even though I'm referring to myself right now, each one of us can turn that and refer to ourselves. He loves us. He will bring some stuff down to fight on our behalf. But when
Yeah.
we take control and say, now, God, I got this, I'm going to go do, no, relax. Let Him fight your battles for you. Give it to
Mhm.
Him, your worries, your cares. I love the serenity prayer.
Yes.
Any all situations it can address. Worrying, upset, this guy hurt you, give it to God. I'd be like, thank you, God. He walked out. Whew, thank you, God. I let him go. Whew, thank you, God.
That part.
Let him handle it. He can handle it. Please know, I can personally tell you, he'll change some things. He'll turn some things around. You
Yes.
put it back
Yes.
in God's hands and let him fight your battles. And you just do your part. Do what he has you to do, what he's downloading in your spirit to get done. Like right now, he's downloaded in our spirits that we need to become advocates. We need to talk about autism. We need to bring information and awareness to it because there's a large number of children that are on the spectrum, and there's no step by step. It's a large spectrum. And if we can get them the right accommodations to help them on their journey, it might not be as hard at whatever stage we learn it. But I want to say those would be my closing words to say thank you for tuning in to us this week with the weekly check-in, Life Unscripted. Just sharing our thoughts, our feelings, our emotions, and tools and techniques that we use for our lives, and sharing that with you. Until next week.
Next week.